This is how I do my weekly hair oil for long, strong, healthy hair and to help with hair growth. My hair is probably about 30 inches at this point, and I've been doing this for years, so I really recommend it. The first thing you want to do is make sure you get all of the tangles out of your hair. You don't want to be detangling in the shower when you have a bunch of oil in your hair. And then so after I do that, the next thing I do is I stimulate my scalp in two ways. So the first thing I do is I use one of these scalp massagers. I just got this one on Amazon. You just want to go around your entire scalp for a couple minutes or so. This just helps bring blood flow to the follicles, and it'll help your scalp absorb the oil better. Then the next thing I do is I use a derma stamper. So do this at your own risk. It can cause infection if it's not done properly. As long as you're careful, this is a really good way to increase blood flow to your scalp and then create tiny little holes that help all of the products absorb better. Make sure that you're always disinfecting this with alcohol before and after. And so it shouldn't hurt and it shouldn't cause any blood. You just want to do tiny little pricks all around your scalp. The next thing I do is I oil my ends. So for that, I just use regular cold pressed coconut oil. I got this one on Amazon, and I just put a couple tablespoons, maybe a tablespoon and a half, in a mug, and I heat it up in the microwave for about 20 seconds. If it's warm and you have low porosity hair like me especially, warming it up a little bit will just help it absorb better. So just put some in your hands, rub it together, and just do everything mids to ends. And make sure you're separating the hair during this part and you're really getting every strand fully covered. Especially make sure you get this tangly spot in the back. Then next I'll do my scalp oil. So that's gonna be a base of Jamaican black castor oil. I also got this on Amazon, and I'm gonna mix that with a couple other oils in a mug, heat it up again, and then put it in. But before I do that, I usually take a little bit of the plain castor oil, just a little on my fingers, and I put this on my lashes and my under eyes. And the reason I do that first is because you don't want to put any of the other oils near your eye because they'll burn. So I'm just gonna use that same mug and do a tablespoon or two of black castor oil. And then I have two more oils. So I'm gonna use rosemary essential oil and then peppermint essential oil. So use whatever brand you want. I got both of these on Amazon. So I'm gonna do kind of a lot of these because the whole point of this is to be effective. So I'm gonna use probably 3 to 4 droppers full of this, the rosemary oil, and then probably half a teaspoon of the peppermint oil. I forgot to mention this earlier, but before you do the scalp oil, I'm also gonna put this on my eyebrows. So if you're trying to grow your eyebrows a little bit, you can use your derma stamper on your eyebrows too. Just do like 1 or 2 stamps on each spot. Okay, and then we have our warmed up scalp oil, so I'm just gonna work in sections, put it on my palms, and just work that through. A little bit on each eyebrow. If you make a little bit too much, just put it in a little bottle and save it for next time. And then, so your hair is gonna be really oily. I've seen a lot of these hair oil videos where people are using hardly any oil. And I get it that you don't want to waste product, but I feel like if you don't use a lot, you're not really doing anything. So you want your hair to be pretty greasy, and you're gonna leave this in for about 2 hours or so. You don't want to leave it in too long because it kind of defeats the purpose. It's already absorbed as much as it can, and it will start accumulating dust and things like that at some point. And then you're definitely going to want to do a double shampoo to get this out. A standard double shampoo where you let the shampoo sit on your head for maybe 60 seconds before you rinse it out and making sure you're letting it run down your ends. That's going to get all of this out, and it's still going to leave your hair really moisturized. Don't worry. And you're going to dry it, and it's going to be completely oil free. So I just clip mine up in a big claw clip like this, and I let it sit. You don't want to do any kind of tight hairstyle or anything like that, kind of ever, but especially if you have hair oil in. I promise you, if you do this regularly, you're going to see a difference in the rate of growth and the thickness of your hair. If you like this video, subscribe and let me know what other kinds of beauty and lifestyle videos you want me to make.